Hello. Um, this is weird. Uh, Hi. I hope you can't hear the neighbor's music. I feel like that's a common quote on this channel, but it is very loud and very annoying. Um, I. This system's way of dealing with things is to set up this camera and film, so why not do it for me, I guess? So, hello. I'm fairly new here. I don't have a name yet. I'm very excited to choose one. I feel like it's very defining of who you are as what your name is. You know, it tells a lot about a person as to what their name is. So, very excited to discover what mine will be. You know. Yeah, I am fairly new. I believe I was formed from the recent struggles that Bo has gone through, and I just know that I'm a protector, whatever that means. I know that there was a lack of it in the system before, that we had many caretakers, many different roles for different things, but we had no protector to stand up for us in a situation where we needed it. People in this house were so loud, slamming doors, running about. So rude. Enough about the neighbours. I've completely forgotten what I was saying. I'm a protector, yeah, that's it. Yeah. And this past trauma has made the system especially realize that we do really need someone that can stand in and take a beating. Not that we were beaten. That is not what happened. Don't get any ideas, Jesus. Just that can take it, you know, and we'll fight back and we'll stand up for us, because I think that was the biggest problem about this trauma, is that the anxiety that Bo had around things just completely took over. So she had no time to process and stand up for herself or do anything other than break down and become an anxious mess, you know? So yeah, I find that the first few days are always very confusing, very strange, because you feel very similar to the host, but just not quite sometimes, I've found with alters. I'm also very aware of everything for some reason. I can't figure out why, but I know a lot of things. I know what Jake did the other day. I know what Bo did the other day. I know what Darcy did the other day. Like there's something I just seem to know. You know, I feel like that's probably an important part of my role, is to know what everyone has done so that I can make sure that we are safe and that we didn't do anything to make sure the body wasn't safe. You know, like knowing what everyone has done, especially the littles, especially the people who might get dissociated or confused or do things that could put the body in a situation that is not ideal, whether that be a dangerous situation or like spending money or going out drinking or something, you know. Like, I think the fact that I know already what's happened, and the fact that I will probably already like continue to know what happens with the body, and I associate a lot with knowing everything and all of them, and I guess all of us as a whole, and that I need to protect us all as a whole, you know, and that I need to protect us as a system from ever being in a situation that could break us that bad again, or anything, just that we needed someone who could stand up for us. We never had that. I find that with systems, there is very obvious instinct responses as to how this specific person deals with trauma. You know, there's very different versions of DID, if you get me. Like, some people develop very aggressive alters to stand up for themselves, to fight back, or they get very passive alters that don't care. They don't. Shut up, Jesus. They they're very like, I don't care. They're very push it off, shove it off. I will fight you. You know, aggressive. Whereas I find that some systems, they develop very internal, shy alters. You know, it's the defense instead of the attack. So I feel like us as a system have always been very defense. Lots of our alters are mute so that we stay quiet. Lots of our alters are, you know, they protect themselves physically in a we hide, we get away, we run away, or whatever. You know, we are a run, protect system, not a fight back system. And I feel like now there's a car going past. I clearly everyone wants to be noisier when it's my turn to film. Yeah, I feel like we have always been a defense system, and it's now that we're an adult and that we're living on our own and that we don't have a family to fall back on now, I feel like we needed somebody that would fucking fight back. So I guess here I am. Hello. I'm very excited to be here. And not in a like a giddy, I'm excited to exist existential way, I guess. I'm excited to be here to keep Bo and company safe, you know. I'm excited for what my job is, you know. And I think that's good. Yeah, I don't know much about myself. As I said, I am very new. I just know that I want to protect this system and this body. I'm already quite tough-skinned. The body was sick just now, and that's what triggered me out. And I was just like, Bo would be crying, she'd be whimpering, she'd want cuddles, you know. Being sick is not nice, you know. It's a shit situation. But I was like, okay, the body's being sick. Go with it. We're fine. After it was done, I just sat there, was like, cool, that's that done. I'm alright. No harm done. Let's get back to life. Cool. I think Case came down and sat with me and was cuddling and was like, you okay? I'm here. You know, usual comforting stuff that they would usually say to Bo. And then they look at me and go, is this still Bo? And I'm just like, no. Must have been quite obvious that I dealt with being sick a lot better than Bo did. I know that I'm female, I think. Like, what is gender? But, like, yeah. I don't necessarily distinctly feel male, but I'm feeling more inclined to female. I'm definitely an adult. I'm not sure how old, because, again, this sort of stuff is very confusing. Like, when you're new like this, it is very confusing when you're first coming to. Like, I think it's been extra confusing because I know a lot of things. I know what Bo knows, I know what the others know, I know what they did, you know. So I think that that's become extra confusing because it's like, am I Bo, but a little bit different? I'm not sure, you know. Like, me and Casey can continue having conversations that they had with Bo earlier that I wasn't even here for, but I remember Bo having it and remembering the context of the conversation, so I could just continue it, you know? So, yeah, it's confusing. It's a confusing thing. Like, with our system, it varies. Either we are fronting first, so we come forward first and say we're new and that we don't know who we are, we don't know what a name is, blah 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 blah. Like, that's what I have done. That's my experience. Whereas some alters come forward as a name or a picture first. So, for example, Tracy came forward as just the name. Everyone was talking about a Tracy and that there was a Tracy somewhere and that Tracy did something. So that was the first inkling of Tracy that we had, and as well, the first inkling of Toast and Kyle and C. Browning. They just appeared in a visual sense and an auditory sense and was like, "Hi, we're here. These are our names." So there are many different ways of alters becoming new alters, I guess. So that process is very confusing at the start, and I'm very confused. But that's why I think doing this is actually very helpful. Being able to just spout words, and hopefully they make some sense to somebody, and hopefully somebody can help me figure some things out. And like with people, like with us, with the people who front first and then figure out their names and things after, we also don't know what we look like yet. Well, some of us, you know. Like Eri, she fronted multiple times before she started to realize what she looked like. I have no idea what I look like yet, or my name, or my age, or anything. I just know that I'm here, I have a job to do, and I'm gonna do it. A star for effort. Yeah. So, cute little round off, because my camera has like a time limit or something. We both started sewing earlier before she was sick, bless her. We are going to try and recreate this little dress that we got with one of our dolls. It's a Build-A-Bear dress. It came with one of our teddies. So it will fit the majority of our teddies because that's the brilliance of Build-A-Bear. So we are going to try and do with 3 layers. We've got multiple different fabrics we're choosing. We're doing the skirt first, and Bo had managed to draw out the top section, and then here I am. So I've decided I'm going to do the rest of it, because why not? Because it sounds like fun. And so yeah, we're going to try that. We've got 2 of the fabrics already cut out here, so I'm going to cut them all out and then start sewing and then do the top part. So I'm going to do the skirt first and then do the top part, because the top part's like a whole nother thing, whole nother ball game. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure what else to say, I guess. It's been very lovely talking to a camera as much as it is talking to a camera. It is quite therapeutic because nobody's going to respond immediately to what you've got to say, you know. Nobody's gonna just be like, no, that's not right. But you also do get feedback of what you've said, because you guys will see it and give me feedback after. It's a much nicer way, because I can just spew my nonsense that's coming out of my brain and then get some feedback after, instead of people being like, no, you're talking crazy things. Yeah, I think that's about all I got to say. I don't know what else you're supposed to say. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell. I don't know, what do subscribers, YouTubers do? Subscribe to Bobo and Co. Is that what we do? Yes, we're wearing the same shirt. Get over it. We live in t-shirts for like 4 days. It's gross, but it's comfy. When you're being lazy, it's comfy to live in a t-shirt. It's real life. Real people do this. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna continue sewing and watch some videos. And then, yeah, hopefully you'll see me again, because this has been good. I like it. I like it. Hit me up with some name suggestions. Like, why not? Because, fuck it. We're terrible at choosing names. Jake took like 4 years. That's not true. He took a few weeks, but you know. There's so many people running about here. It's crazy. I'm gonna go. Bella. Please check out our Patreon. Please check out our Instagram. Please check out everything. Do all the things. We love you. And subscribe.